Yeah, I think there's a queue. There's myself and Carbayel, but he's probably next in line after us, you know. He looked good tonight, very explosive. And
hey, this is a young kid, 20 years old, with devastating knockout power, bro. This have Mike Tyson type of energy all over.
That one punch away from getting hurt. So big respect to Atama. I mean, he knew that he can get him out, and he got him out straight away. I mean, I think no one expected it to finish that quick. Speed kills, as you know. Speed kills.
Boxing legends are buzzing
after Moses Atama's sensational first-round knockout of Dillian White. Antonio Tarver praised the young fighter, saying, "Itauma is incredible and carries a style that reminds him of Mike Tyson." He highlighted Atama's devastating knockout power and maturity beyond his years. Many believe this victory has announced Atama as a rising star in heavyweight boxing, showing he has the talent and presence to dominate the division's future.
Yeah, he's going to give these tough guys, he's going to give these veterans a hell of a time, bro. He's poised, he's patient, and he got that knockout power. He know how to set it up. It's going to be a nightmare to get rid of this guy, man.
There's been so much talk about this time. His talent, we've said how talented he really is. Now he's doing on the big stage, the main event. That's another level now, isn't it?
Well, we know Dillian White came in here, being knocked out a couple times, wanted to see could he land a punch on this young kid, but he didn't have a chance tonight. He got mauled over, and this is a big win for a young guy. But he got to continue to fight credible opponents, and he got to get tested. He got to fight a young fighter like himself and beat a credible opponent like that. Not these old, washed-up fighters that he can only just look good against. You got to get tested, too, to see if he's the real deal.
Now talk to me about Dillian. Obviously, we can see the work that you put in. Such a brilliant servant to the sport, isn't it?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
For Dillian, we can see the work that you put in this camp. Such a brilliant servant to the sport. If this is the end, how good has Dillian White been?
You know what? Dillian White has been a staple in the heavyweight division. I think it's time for him to hang it up. He can only get hurt a lot worse than he did tonight. You know, fortunately, you know, he didn't get seriously injured, KO'd and knocked out unconscious. You know, he'll be able to take this loss and I think enjoy the rest of his retirement.
Definitely. Just before I let you go, Moses Atama, is it time to see him in there with Alexander Usyk, or do you still think that might be too soon?
It's too soon for Usyk, bro. He got to earn his title shot. He got to be the real contender. He beat a washed-up has-been.
Ben Davidson's response to the shocking knockout carried both respect and admiration. He emphasized how meaningful it was to witness a British legend like Dillian White step into the ring once again. Regardless of the outcome, Davidson's tone reflected appreciation for White's career achievements, while also acknowledging the magnitude of Moses Atama's victory. He viewed the fight not simply as a sudden finish, but as a statement moment that highlighted the passing of the torch to a younger generation.
British boxing legend. So yeah, really pleased.
Spoke about this before in the week, and let's not kind of cut over the fact that Dillian White has been in with everyone, and this was a gamble from your side, from the second class between, say, a Dempsey McKean to someone like a Dillian White, and that was a gamble. You took the gamble and it's paid off, but you start saying, "Oh, White was whatever now," because we didn't know what was going to happen tonight.
No, I think it's extremely disrespectful to have that approach. Like I say, nothing but respect with Dillian. Really appreciate him giving us the opportunity. And yeah, I think, you know, Moses deserves all the credit that he should be getting.
Did you expect it to come that early?
No, I didn't, being honest. I know that he's always capable. He's a very difficult heavyweight to be in there with. Very difficult to defend against. He hits hard enough where he's hitting the shots that you don't see, and it's hard enough to put you away with those. So I know that it can come at any moment, but yeah, he saw the opportunity, picked up on something that he'd worked on. Big shout out to Lee Wiley as well, puts a lot of time in, a lot of effort in, and fantastic in putting together a scouting report. Picking up on Dillian's tendencies for us to go away and put together some drills and that with Moses, and yeah, it all.
Tyson Fury also shared his reaction to Moses Atama's impressive win over Dillian White. Even the heavyweight champion praised Atama's performance, saying, "There he is, the future of boxing, been saying it for years." Tyson Fury's acknowledgement added huge credibility, proving that Atama's victory was not only shocking but respected at the very top level. Frank Warren, one of boxing's most experienced promoters, described the fight as an incredible and brutal display. He stressed that the speed and decisiveness of Atama's performance sent a clear message to the boxing world. The short nature of the contest highlighted explosive style and finishing ability, proving he could handle the pressure of a big event against a well-respected opponent like Dillian White.
Certainly don't, and there weren't any overtime. It was an unbelievable, ruthless, short performance. Caught him a good shot and done an absolute job.
Did you expect that?
No. I fancied him to win. I thought he'd stop it, but I didn't think it'd be like that.
Frank Hrgovic next?
No, yet we'll see what happens. No rush today. We've got a load of options and we'll consider what we're going to do.
How do you match this guy now?
We'll match him.
But, I mean, no one's giving him rounds.
Frank Warren later tweeted, "Moses Atama is the real deal. We all just witnessed something special." His statement reflects the magnitude of Atama's victory and the impression it left on the boxing world. Such praise from a veteran promoter shows that Atama's win is viewed as a defining moment. Adio stressed how extraordinary it is for Atama to achieve such success at a young age, highlighting that Atama's youth gives him time to improve and dominate for years to come. For a prospect to beat a seasoned fighter like White in such a dominant fashion signals extraordinary potential. Oladipo argued that the next 2 to 3 years could define Atama's legacy, as he already possesses the skill, discipline, and fearlessness that take most fighters much longer to develop. His comments show that Atama's journey has only just begun, with unlimited room for
was clearly done, and we'll get to whether or not Dillian White is done. So there are going to be some that say, look, okay, what's Dillian White done in the last couple of years? And these things are true, and I spoke about those things as well, but I don't want to change what the narrative was, or what the narrative has been in the last couple of days. With everyone seeing the way Dillian White looked and the way Dillian White was speaking, I think a lot of people are like, oh, 1 second, something might happen here. Let's remember, because something did happen. Moses Itauma was just steam trained. Honestly, this guy, for 20 years of age, 20. Remember, all these heavyweights that you're seeing right now that are in their peak, are in their mid to late 30s, and most of them became world level operators in their mid to late 20s. He's doing it as a baby. This guy's 20 years and 7 months. And, you know, I've been like around Andy Lee for the last couple of days, and it's been so good being around Andy, because Andy has told me stories of watching Moses spar Joseph Parker, and even Andy's been waxing lyrical about him, and he doesn't have to, right? This is off camera, this isn't on camera, these are private conversations, and he's like, this dude is good. Because there's been a lot of talk about if this was to go and turn into a dogfight, maybe Dillian White would have the advantage. And I think I said this as well, to be fair, and Andy kind of shut that down straight away, said no, but I've seen this guy in a dogfight, so maybe he's talking about the spars with Joseph Parker. I'm just so excited about what this kid can be in the next 2 or 3 years. I am. I like the way the Americans are talking about him, because it's so hard for Brits to kind of get the thumbs up from American fight fans,
Dave Caldwell captured the excitement with the word devastating, showing just how emphatic the knockout was. He described Atama as a fighter who consistently gives his best, always entertaining fans with his speed and intensity. For Caldwell, the performance confirmed that Atama isn't just about power, but also about putting on a show that audiences will remember. His acknowledgement of Atama's fast-paced style suggests the young heavyweight could become a fan favorite, delivering the kind of excitement that keeps boxing alive in the public eye.
It's done spectacular. You can throw all the words you want at it. It was brutal, and this is what I feared going in. I don't like, you know, fighters give their all to the career, and you watch them throughout the years, and wars and giving everything, like, you know, Dillian White, Chisora, So the action with the AJ fight, looking throughout all his career, he always goes out there, gives everything, has a tear up, he's exciting, you know, he's a big character, big personality. And then when they get to a stage of the career when you feel as though it's that fight where where it's kind of like way too much for them, and it's gonna be, you know, quite, and that's the ending for him. That's the ending to a career. And kind of like I was worried for Dillian going into that this would be that fight, and it was. I mean, it can't be any worse than that. To create a career, to end the career.
Before we talk about what potentially next for Dillian, let's talk about Moses. It's hard because we almost want to feel like we want to learn a bit more about. No, genuinely. Yeah. I wanted at least see about 4 or 5 rounds, and maybe don't necessarily say, oh, just put a few, because you
want questions asked, don't you?
I want to see, you know, if you get dragged into the trenches a little bit, where can we go here? But you never get that far. So is that, I suppose, maybe the only thing you got? I thought we'd have seen a bit more of it.
Yeah, that's what you want to. You want to tick boxes as a fan, someone who's trying to see how far these kids can go. When we get something spectacular, you want to see them questions put in front of them and see, like you say, can we go a few rounds? What happens? There's still those unanswered questions that we've got. Can he carry it on throughout the later rounds? Can his feet stay sharp? Can he, you would say that sharpness, past 7, 8, 9, 10 rounds.
Analysts were quick to dismiss any notion that White's loss was due to poor preparation. They pointed out that Dillian White came into the fight in excellent condition, bringing with him the experience of a long and respected career. This made Atama's victory even more impressive, as he had never faced an opponent of White's caliber before. By handling the challenge so convincingly, Atama showed he had the composure and power to compete at the highest level. Analysts concluded that the performance stamped him as an upcoming champion who could dominate the division in the near future.
He was a bigger step up than Moses Atama had ever faced in his career. Remind you guys, kid only has now 13 fights, and this was supposed to be somewhat of a test for Moses Atama. This is supposed to tell us where he was in the pantheon of heavyweight and what you can do with him next. If he is going to struggle with guys like Dillian White, you can't fast track him to a world title. If he goes out and does what he did, which is absolutely beat the brakes off Dillian White, demolish him, and make it look like they should have never been in the ring together, then you have to fast track him to a world title. You have to have him fighting the best in the world. Whether it's Parker or Cabiel, whoever's not fighting Usyk next, whether it's a returning Anthony Joshua, we'll talk about that in a second, whether it's a Tyson Fury, no one's probably going to want to take that risk right now because of their legacies, because of what's set in stone. So you're probably going to have to give him some younger, hungry heavyweights, like I said, Parker or Cabiel. I'm telling you right now, it is not a matter of if, but when that kid gets to a world title, because, dog, he's out here making this look easy. He is playing heavyweight boxing on easy mode right now, and it's not because he's boosting the sliders. It's because the competition just is not there for him. They tried to give him a step up with Dillian White, and he made it look like a walk in the park. Let's talk about the fight. They both walked out. By the way, Styles P on the walkout for Moses Itauma, him as the voiceover saying, the future isn't coming, the future is here, the future is now. That's some big fucking balls. I'm talking 2 grapefruits hanging in your shorts to walk.